This is more embarrassing every moment, but I think it's okay. Hey everybody, welcome back to Lacey23. Um, this is my YouTube channel, by the way. Today I'm going to be telling the stories of, I don't even know what to call this, a time where I was like, well, might as well go love on some boys who don't love me back. But basically, um, I don't know. I label myself as like queer. No need to explain further than that. I thought I didn't even think I was straight. I knew that there's just that wasn't the path for me. But not that you get to choose. Oh my god, not that you get to fucking choose. Wow. But in high school, I wanted it to be the path for me. So I was out here pursuing these boys. And like, I still could pursue some boys, but these ones I was doing out of fear that I wouldn't ever be loved because I didn't want to pursue any girls because I felt like that just felt so impossible at the time. And now it doesn't. So, girls, if you want to call me up, let's not do that on YouTube. But anyways, so like this video is technically about my experience of compulsive heterosexuality, which is aka comphet, which is basically society teaching people to be straight and to act straight and nothing else. And which also encourages like girls to be extra feminine and men to like not cry, which are all things that don't need to happen. So like men can cry, not that they don't need to cry. They should if they want to cry. You get what I'm saying. Anyway, let's get into the stories. In high school, which my experience with any sort of like lovers before high school is non-existent because I don't know, I hit puberty late. Like I feel like I genuinely didn't care about that. I didn't want that to happen. I was just wanting to frolic around as like a human, not like a person of interest, which kind of rings true today. Let me just say that much. I guess it started in high school. But I in high school I had like a friend group of multiple girls and then we like saw other people start like seriously dating people and not just like, "Oh my god, like he asked her to the dance and they kissed and they held hands." Like what does it mean? And the whole school knows about these like two people. So in high school, like people were starting to actually date people and it felt like they like actually liked them and actually maybe loved them. And I was like, whoa, like, I'm lovable, right? Like, please, I better be lovable or else I'm going to freak out. So I was like, I need to start getting people on interested in this, interested in all this. Insert photo of me from high school, interested in all this. Um, yeah. So, okay. So the first boy was like a mutual friend of my friend. And for some reason, I just thought he was so cute. We need a name for him. Let's name him let's name him James. So I really liked James and he was like my friend's friend, so he like wasn't too close to home, but like everybody said he was cool, so like he had like a good like respectable rapport and he was like thoughtful. He wore glasses and I liked that. That was pretty much as far as it went because in my mind I was like, okay, someone that has a clear record that I can, test my sexuality on. That he's not a test subject. Like I genuinely did like him, but like I don't know what I'm talking about. Someone that I could like I don't know, see about dating. I don't know. Anyway, and so we would walk. We both had like a class across the hall from each other at the same time at the very end of the day. So we would like end up because we kind of knew each other. So we'd end up just like walking down the stairs together and walking to class. And then at one point, I like got really bold and I was like, well, why don't you walk with me next time? I was asking this poor high school boy to commit to too much, which was walking with me every day, God forbid, for actually less than 5 minutes. And he was like, okay. And I was like, great. And I was like, yes. And I was so embarrassing in the stairwell with him every time. And I remember someone died or something, like a pet or someone died in my family, and I was like sad about it. And I was like, yeah, I'm just really sad. Like, I just wish I could have a hug. Ew. And so of course he hugged me because I'm like experiencing grief, but like, stand up, sister. Other people will hug you in your life. Like, you don't need a hug from him. Like, I didn't need a hug that bad. Like, I just wanted him to hug me. Oh, it's so embarrassing the more I think about it. I was so bold because I experienced no fear of this man and no like real stakes because I wasn't like genuinely infatuated with him. Like, I was infatuated with the idea of like male attention because I was taught to want that. And so I was like, yes, man, like he freaking hugged me, like we are getting married tomorrow. And so I, told so many people. One of us had to change our schedules, and I think it was me actually. I didn't have that class across the hall from him anymore. I had it in a completely other side of the school. So what do? I go home. My family isn't home yet, and I go home, I let myself in the door, and I scream and cry and throw a tantrum like I'm 4 years old on the couch. I'm like, oh my God, like, I'm like asking God. I'm like, God, why? Why did you take this boy out of my life? Like, he was the only one who's ever gonna love me because I forced him to hug me the other day. And so I crashed out, genuinely, like, atomic crash out over this guy, like tears streaming, like face red and puffy. And I was like, wait, I can still walk with him. I'll just have to walk fast. And so I continue. I don't tell him that my class switches. Maybe he finds out, but genuinely does not have a clue. And so I walk with him in the stairwell every day. I'm like, yep, see ya. And then he goes in his class and I book it across the school, and I make it every time. I don't know. I feel like I confess to him that I like him because I think I've always made the first move for a long time. I would just always make the first move, especially with men, but also with girls or women, because I I don't know. I'm like a bold person in general, but I don't think I'm bold in that sense. But I think people expect me to be, so I just kind of like go, well, if everyone thinks it's gonna be me, I might as well do it. Just put my heart on the line every single time. So I, of course, was like, like, I like you. And he was like, I like you too. And I was like, no way. And so for a week, I was like, oh my God, like, this is the end all be all. High school true love exists. And I was not in love with him, but like, I just like saw a bright future ahead of us because I was like, this is a great start. It's perfect. And then a week goes by of like really nothing, but we like just text a lot. And then he texts me and he's like at a band party with his friends. And I know they're at a band party because it's social media. I know what people are doing. And then he's like, actually, I don't like you, but I know that 16 people are looking over his shoulder when he's texting me this. When he's texting me this, being like, oh, like, how do I let her down easy? She's so crazy. She made me hug her in the stairwell. How do I get rid of her? And so I had to play it cool. And I was like, it's okay. Yeah, agree. We should be friends. It's no biggie. I won't lose sleep over it. Loses a bunch of sleep over it. So that was the end of him. But it's fine because I didn't have to walk with him anymore because I don't even need to go that way. So now I'm in this new class, right? Turns out there's a boy in there too. And I just literally, my brain, I'm like, okay, next one. Because I feel like when I tell people about my crushes, I get competitive about them. So that didn't work out. So now I really have to do well on this one because I'm going to tell everybody about this one also because I can't keep my mouth shut. I have to tell people what's going on with me. I have to let my emotions out. I can't let them brew. And so we were in this algebra class together, me and the new boy. The new boy needs a name. Calvin. So Calvin and I are in this class together, and I've like known about Calvin. He's cool or whatever. He's not news to me either. He doesn't really pass a background check because I genuinely didn't keep up with him. He's not like friends with my friends. And I was like, ooh, a mystery. Now nobody can convince me otherwise because he's all mine. I know all about him, and none of my friends are friends with him, so they can't paint this picture. Because in high school, a bunch of people like to be like, oh, well, you can't date that person because one time they did this in sixth grade and then they did that and then they ate a bug one time. Okay, the school is big, but it's not that big. Like, we cannot be picky around here. So I was happy about this situation. We were like hanging out in class, and then we became like a friend group, and then we became like partners, and our desks were next to each other. And then we we would just like have a good yap in class. And then of course I'm like, and I like keep like hiding my stuff all around him, and I'm like, hee hee, like where is it? Like, ah. Anyway, I don't know why I was being like this. In class, one day I'm like, can I have your Snapchat? And get this, it's 2020, right before things went wrong. It's like February before things go wrong. Well, things were going wrong in February. It's like January, February of 2020, so like it's starting to go kind of bad. But we were still in school. And so I was like, hey, like, can I have your Snapchat? You're cute. Like, I want to text you, blah, blah, blah. I had no, I don't know. All I was thinking was like, he would be so much hotter if he were a girl. Let's read into that behind the scenes. But I asked him for a Snapchat, and then we were texting on Snapchat, and we're FaceTiming like every night. And then I remember going on a trip with my dance team. And so I was going up the stairs to like go take my last test before we went on this like spring break trip with my dance team. And then I get like a pool on the back of my backpack, and I turn around and it's him, and he's like, bye, I'm gonna miss you. And I was like, oh my God, what? Like, stop messing with me at school. I'm like, stop messing with me at school. And I'm like, I'm gonna miss you too. And so we like have this little encounter, and I was like, oh, that's boyfriend. I'll go get him after spring break. So we never go back to school. Maybe I blame COVID, but maybe I thank COVID actually, because we were not meant to be. Spoiler alert. And so we never go back to school, but we're FaceTiming all the time. And then I keep getting impatient. I can't read the vibes off of him, but it's not like I'm at school to like go shopping for any more people that I'm interested in. I'm into you. I text him and I'm like, hey, what are we? What are we? And then he's like, I don't know. Stop reading into it. I don't even know you like that. We just have to start somewhere. I was like, okay, like, I don't think I want to FaceTime you every night if you don't like want to get to know me. That was annoying. And I was like, okay. So continues to FaceTime him every night and is like, sure, it's fine. Like, sorry, I even asked. I was obsessed with seeing him on FaceTime, and I was really obsessed with his cat. So cute. That cat was adorable. And then I would like force him on FaceTime with all my friends, and he was like obviously intimidated because we were an intimidating group of wacky teenage girls. We made all these plans. We're like, yeah, we're gonna like hang out and we're gonna cuddle and it's gonna be so cute. I don't fucking know. And then they never did happen, and I never did ask for them to happen because in my mind it was better that he was not IRL, and I could leave it at that perfect interaction of us on the stairwell when he yanked my backpack. I did not look ahead or think about it. And then one day he's like, I don't really want any friends right now. And I was like, okay, I thought I was more, but I guess you told me no. So that was it with him. That was it with him. And then he texted me the next New Year's, and he was like, hello, I thought about you. And I was like, okay. And I never tried to date another man after that. Yes, I did. Okay, I mean, I never tried to date another man after that in high school. And then I attempted to date this other man, and it went so badly, but that was in college. So it's a little too recent. Don't want to like clock that T too fast. Um, so as you can see, that also didn't happen. Yep. I've had better success with women because I'm not imagining them to be men, but I am imagining these men, if they were women, how much hotter they would be. If you feel like you should get a boyfriend or a partner or a girlfriend, but not that you actually don't, like you actually don't want to, don't, and just don't try. You can't force a connection that isn't there. You need to tell yourself that. And I needed to tell myself that. But I am greater for the fact that these people and I didn't work out, because what would we have talked about? I was really out here forcing it, but be yourself, and being gay is cool and it's okay. And if it's not safe for you to come out or you don't feel ready, nobody's making you, and people can mind their own business. And it doesn't matter who you're dating, and you are not who you're dating, and your success isn't your relationship status. And success doesn't matter. What matters is whatever matters to you. So, anyway, stay cool, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for listening. Bye. Am I a lesbian?